Management 101. A good manager is a man who isn't worried about his own career, but rather the careers of those who work with him. We have talked quite a bit about this particular point. My advice, don't worry about yourself. Take care of those who work for you, and you will float to greatness on their achievements. Mr. Burns said that. Now, that being said, you guys know what we need to do. Our job as managers and leaders is not exactly to fix stuff, but more importantly, to enable people how to do it. Now, does anybody understand the 20-80 rule? Who knows what's the 20-80 rule? Matt? Good. I'm glad. That's why I asked you. You're probably one of the most intellectual people I know. Go ahead, buddy. Fire away.
As it pertains to this class, probably 20% of your salespeople do 80% of the sales.
Okay. 20% of the salespeople are going to do 80% of the sale. All right. What else? 20% of your investments will result you 80% of your wealth. Okay. I'm going to give you another example of the 80% rule, 20-80% rule. If you employ enough people and you empower them to do the job, and if the job, in your opinion, is done 100% if you do it, it's going to get done correctly 100%. That's your opinion, and we all know everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I encourage you to do something very, very different. Let go. But the way you let go is you train your people, and hopefully they will get it done at 80% effectiveness if you were to do it yourself. Fair enough? The difference is there's going to be about 5, 10, 20 of them versus you alone. Now, I went to college. I'm not going to let that stop me from being smart. So my question to you is, how many 80s is it going to count up to 100 plus? How many times are you going to add 80 for it to exceed 100? 1.25 times. So now if you have 5 people doing 80% of what you think is 100%, would you be ahead? All kinds ahead, right? Where are you from? That's great. All kinds ahead. That's a good one, right? I like it. 4 times ahead. Now, my question to you is, what's stopping us from doing that? You guys need to figure that out. You need to figure out yourself. What's stopping you from doing that? Is it the pain that you just can't stand a job not being done perfectly in your eyes? Is that what it is? You know what? I was an incredible guilty party of that. Still am. I'm still working on it every day. It's really hard to let go. You know, Doug said, you got to let go. You got to let your guys make mistakes. You got to let them grow. You got to let them achieve. Here's what's happening. I found out that some of my guys, in spite of the fact that I thought I was perfect, and we all need to feel good about ourselves, right? In spite of the fact I thought I was perfect, at the beginning, they did it 60, 70% as good as I would have done it. Then after that, I found out that they did it exactly like I would have done it. Now, here's a very pleasant surprise. You guys are ready? Some of them did it better than me. How about that for a gut shot? Now, the faster you guys figure out that it's okay for some of your guys and girls to do it better than you, the faster you will have fun. That's the 80% rule that I want to talk about. As a manager, as a leader, what you want to do is you want to empower your people to do a good job. If they don't do it perfectly, that's okay. Encourage them, train them, hold them accountable, explain to them what a good result looks like. Tell them, here's your budget, have a nice day. Well, Helmy, that can just get too expensive. It's a lot more expensive for you to keep doing it yourself. Because I used to go in the dealership, I used to work from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. 6 to 12, and I'm not talking 12 a.m. I'm talking midnight and beyond. 14, 15, 16-hour days. You can't do it. There's only so much time during the day. And you're not effective. You're tired. Your creativity just goes all hell. It's just a horrible way to do it. Now, I'm not saying don't work hard. I want you to work hard, but I also want you to work smart. And by you empowering certain people around you, even if they do it at 80%, you're going to be a lot further ahead. So, that's a different 80%, isn't it? And I'm sure you were very familiar with that as well. So, okay. If we taught and required every manager and every salesperson to follow the steps of the sale, we would. I want you guys to circle. This is where you get to draw circles. It's not Amway, but it's pretty close, okay? Sell more vehicles. Would you be able to do that? Okay. Increase our gross. Can we do that? Improve customer service. Bill? Can I get an amen? Save time? Amen. Save money? Amen. Reduce confusion? Increase consistency? Reduce turnover? Is that possible? Why is it every time we have a class about steps of the sale, we ask the managers to man the desk? Is it possible that those guys know what we're talking about? How many sales classes have they attended on steps of the sale? I love it when my guys go to a dealership and the manager says, okay, here's my salespeople, make them perfect. And then they go to the desk. And what are they doing? Talking to the wife, talking to the garbage man, talking. And I like, no, you need to be here. As a matter of fact, the salespeople learn it or don't learn it, it doesn't matter. But if you learn it, now we've achieved success. True? If we require every manager to meet with their team every day to review their action plans, working deals and improving plans, we would. One, could we sell more cars? I guess we're just going to cover all those circles again all over, right? Did you see the word require as in a job description, as in you must do this? It's not a request. I'm just telling you this is going to happen. Okay. If we treat our salespeople like professionals, instead of car guys, and coach them like professionals, athletes, instead of little league kids, would we win or would we lose? We would win. You know, and I'm not, this could be a bad example, but I'm going to say it anyway. I have some cops friends, sheriff department and all that, and he said, Helmy, you know, I've been in this profession for 15 years and I really haven't got in a situation where I got hurt real bad. And I said, well, what's your secret? I like to ask a lot of questions. If you guys go out with me sometime at night, I mess with perfectly good strangers and I ask them all kind of crazy questions. Hopefully you guys will see that on Thursday night. But anyway, I asked the guy, I said, well, what is your secret? What is it? He said, you know what? I treat those criminals like normal human beings and I treat them with respect, and in return, they give me that. I said, does that happen all the time? He said, that's okay if it happens 95. The other 5, we crack. But I don't have to get in a fight every day when I'm dealing with those criminals. And he understands what they are. Just like you would understand that your salespeople are salespeople. They're not criminal, they're salespeople. But if we treat them like professionals and expect more from them, they'll probably rise to the occasion. If we establish one-on-one sales process and set rules that everyone understand and believe, would that help their career or would it not? If we establish one sales process and one set of rules, would that establish and help their career or would it hurt it, guys? Because it's very easy for them to get confused, true? Okay. If we no longer tolerate complacency and apathy, leading by positive example and genuine leadership, would we win or lose? We would.